Hello, good morning and shalom to everyone, brothers and sisters. I'm Evangelist Nasira from Italy. I'm here to share the word of God with you. As you know, nowadays we are learning about the apostles of Jesus Christ. Last week we learned about Apostle Luke, but today we will learn about Apostle John. So let me start. May God bless you. John the Apostle, the beloved, was one of the 12 apostles of the Jesus Christ, according to the New Testament. Generally listed as the youngest apostles, he was the youngest, the age of 24. The name John originates from Hebrew name Yohanan. It means God has been gracious, or Jehovah has been gracious, who it is abbreviation of the expression God's gift. Apostle John, born Bethsaida, Galilee. Apostle John wrote 5 books in the New Testament. Apostle John, evangelist, actively preached and ministered to the Christians. John the Revelator wrote about God's revelation of the last day events. The John first epistle is love letter to a church in Ephesus. The John to second epistle letter is for the congregation and the church. He composed from 90 to 95 AD. The John 3, different from his first 2 epistles. This one is for Gaius, his beloved friend. He wrote at the same time. Revelation. The book is as apocalypse of the events before Jesus' second coming. He wrote it in 94 to 98 AD. As the Apostle John received instructions that no other apostles knew. During John's exile at Patmos, God showed him visions. They contained events that would take place in the closing scenes of the earth history. Here, brothers and sisters, I want to ask you one favor. Do subscribe to this God channel, Nasira Yeshua Najat channel. Give the thumbs up. Share this video with others. If you are blessed by this message, please write down comments in comments box. May God bless you. Thank you to be with me. Let me start. He begins by describing Jesus as the Word who became flesh and dwelt among us. John chapter 1, verses 1 to 18. It goes through significant events such as his baptism, transfiguration, healing, preaching, finally his crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension. Brothers and sisters, as we know that earlier Christians faced a lot of persecution. The emperor that time had given him bath in boiling oil. However, it did not seem to threaten John. Still, he continued preaching from within the pot. He survived from drinking poison despite the persecution. John proves to be persistent in preaching. As a fact, many people followed him. Some even knelt at his feet seeking healing. It reasoned Aristodemus, a chief priest in the Roman Empire. John asked him what he could be to could do to take away his anger? The priest challenged him to drink poison. If it did not harm John, the priest would believe in God. As Christian, I want to ask you, imagine for a second in this situation, would you dare take a challenge for the sake of Jesus Christ? But we see here the Apostle John took. Apostle John died a natural death at Ephesus in the Roman Empire in 103 AD, mean 103. According to his will, he was buried nearby Ephesus. His old words and gospel still above are alive today. And today, the modern name of Ephesus is Selçuk, a small Turkish town in western Turkey. Brothers and sisters, finally, the life of Apostle John teaches us a valuable lesson about God's love. Having emphasized it several times in his epistles and gospel, it provides us a big hope. May God bless. Next week, we will learn Apostle James, the elder brother of Apostle John. So be with me, pray for me. Let me see very soon. Once again, God bless you. And thank you very much to be with me.